Welcome back to Film Photography Podcast. Today's segment is the last word on Kodak Kodachrome. Shooting it in the year 2020 and beyond. Should you? Shouldn't you? The last word, and we're going to get the last word from my guest, Mr. Owen McCafferty. A little background. I mean, Owen has been shooting movie film since he is 12 years old. Is that correct?
Yeah,
So
2002. Yeah.
10 plus years of movie film, as well as home processing his own movie film. So Owen has a lot of experience under his belt for this topic, which is kind of a hot topic. And it is a hot topic here at the Film Photography Project, because as part of our develop scan services, we do offer processing and scanning for old Kodachrome and old Ektachrome. Old Ektachrome we're going to talk about in a different segment. For folks who don't know, just give a brief introduction to Kodachrome and what is it?
Kodachrome was a color reversal film, or a slide film, as it's also known, that was introduced by Kodak way back when in the 1920s. And it was probably one of the most popular color reversal films out there. Came in a variety of formats: still film, movie film, large format, even down to 110. It was by far their most popular color reversal film, and was iconic and legendary, and you hear about it all the time. Unfortunately, in, I think it was 2009 or 2010, Kodak discontinued Kodachrome. And more importantly, they discontinued the chemistry that was needed to process Kodachrome. Kodachrome's chemistry is really complicated and expensive. It's not something that was ever designed to be done at home. It was only ever designed to be done at a lab. And unfortunately, the chemicals that are needed, generally speaking, are no longer available. So it's no longer manufactured. The chemistry is no longer manufactured. So for all intents and purposes, notwithstanding some people out there who are doing some really interesting experiments and have gotten some interesting results, generally speaking, you cannot get Kodachrome processed either as a color positive or as a color negative.
Okay, so today there's no new Kodachrome film to buy, but places like eBay.com are loaded with Kodachrome in all the formats you mentioned: still photography film, 110, 126, 35 millimeter, 120, and in movie film, you frequently see regular 8 millimeter, super 8, and even 16 millimeter. So why shouldn't someone shoot Kodachrome now?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, the film is expired, and with any expired film, your results are never going to be consistent. Unless you know for sure the film was stored in a freezer all its life and kept out of light and kept out of heat, the results you're going to get are going to be very wonky. You're not going to get consistent results. Number two, Kodachrome can't be processed effectively as a color film. And that's what it was designed to do. You can develop it as a black and white negative, or you can, if you stretch your processing a little bit, you can process it as a black and white reversal. But you can't get any color out of it, so it sort of loses its purpose, which is a shame because it was a beautiful film. But that's probably one of the main reasons. You're talking about a film that you're not going to get consistent results in. We get a lot of Kodachrome here through the FPP. I don't know, Mike, probably 20 rolls a month at least.
Yeah,
something about
there's a lot of Kodachrome coming in here that is developed as black and white negative, and I want to say it's maybe 50-50. 50 black, meaning 50% not even usable or scannable.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. I think that's about right. Depending on what your definition of a usable image is. But every once in a while, we see a roll where either it was pretty new and it was stored really well, and you get fairly good results. But most of the time, I would say the results are not ideal. They're certainly, if you had bought fresh film and you got that kind of an image, you'd be really upset.
And there you have it, folks. The last word on shooting Kodachrome this year and beyond. However. Yes. As Owen and I both know, it isn't the last word, because we have comments down below.
I know somebody's going to be commenting, yeah, but I know so-and-so on such and such group, and they got great results.
Yeah.
Good for them. I mean, that's great. If you want to shoot it, if you're a home processor, it's a lot of fun. But generally speaking, if you're looking for a good quality image and film that's going to outlive you, it's just not a good option.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think. We're really just... listen, we're, both Owen and I are filmmakers, and uh, unless there's a good reason, um, yeah, don't shoot it. So
I agree, and that's coming from a company that offers it as a service, and it's a pretty expensive service. But
yeah,
we're just trying to give you good advice.
yeah,
If you really want to process it, send it our way. We're happy to do it, but we don't recommend it.
yeah. Thanks so much. We're gonna see you super soon.